Yo, what is up everybody? Today we're doing the very first mask review on this YouTube channel, and I figured the best mask that I could start off this whole thing off with is the Fun World Ghostface Silly Mask. So this is something that I got around a year ago, and it was actually a humongous fucking steal. I got it for $5 on eBay, and if you know anything about these masks, you know that this is one of the rarest ones out there. I don't know, they made a very small number of these masks, like 30 years ago, and it hasn't been reproduced since. And this mask in particular is pretty damn old. I don't know how old specifically because there was no information that came along with it. All I know is that this was most likely stuffed into some box for several decades because if you smell it, it smells like old music equipment. And if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. But a few things. So, I don't know how well you can tell. The eye holes in this mask are completely, they have no mesh. So they're completely punched out. And it also looks like they were burned. I have no idea what the deal is with that. I'm assuming it was to blotch out some of the white that was surrounding it. There's a chance that it could have been done on purpose, but, you know, who knows? These masks can be a bit fragile, so there's, you know, I wouldn't put it past the mask that it, you know, probably just, the meshes probably just came off by themselves. But onto the shroud. The shroud is disgusting. When you touch it, it's kind of like that same feeling you get if anybody knows what I'm talking about. It's that same feeling that you get when you walk out of a Goodwill. Because most of these stores are pretty fucking gross. And I don't know, every time I leave a Goodwill, I get this disgusting, like, I don't know, just grease feeling on my fingers. And you don't want to touch anything, you know, because it's just, you got Goodwill on your hands. And that's what this feels like. As you can tell, it's pretty, it's kind of soggy. I don't know if that's the word to use, but it's very wrinkly. And, yeah, it doesn't smell very good. Overall, I think the shroud itself is in fairly decent condition. Like there's no rips, there's no tears except for a little bit of, you know, ripping in the very back here. But I mean, that's not really that noticeable. Other than that, though, the shroud is actually in relatively good condition, aside from it being pretty old. I think the main thing here is just how how wrinkly it is. It just looks disgusting. It feels disgusting. It doesn't smell very good, so it also smells disgusting. The other thing too is you can tell this thing was in a box somewhere because of the way that it's been unfortunately molded over time. It's permanently sort of flattened out like this, and just like any of these masks, it's got the Easter Unlimited trademark on the chin carved into the mask. And the last thing that I want to bring up is the mouthpiece. All these masks, just like any Halloween mask, has a little breathing hole in the mouth of the mask. And with this one, the entire upper half of this mouth has been completely ripped apart. So, again, I don't know if this was done on purpose. This one, this rip here on this side actually looks like it was cut with scissors. Because it's a lot more finely chopped than the other side. The other side kind of looks like it was ripped. So I don't know if maybe they accidentally ripped this side, but this one also kind of looks like it was cut a little bit too. So they probably did that on purpose. They probably just needed more air. I don't know. Because if there's one thing I know is that these masks are pretty kind of difficult to breathe in. I would not recommend, if you do end up buying one of these masks online on eBay or something like that, or God forbid you go to Goodwill and get one of these, I would highly recommend never wearing them because you know, these masks are pretty old. They're used as well. You don't really want to put used things on your face, especially latex and silicone like this mask is. The inside of it doesn't look that bad. Trying to get a good shot for you. It doesn't look too horrible, but you know, it's just about as gross as the outside is, probably even more so. So I would never put it past myself to, you know, not even bother trying this on. But aside from that, it smells disgusting. I imagine this is probably one of those masks that came with like a sort of a vanilla scent. There's a lot of Ghostface Halloween masks that come with a vanilla scent. And there's a chance that this one may have also had that smell, but I think over time, the vanilla kind of disappears, and all you really get is the smell of old instruments. But anyway, thanks so much again for watching this video. We're going to be doing a lot more mask reviews because I have an entire collection to go through. And on top of that, I am on the search for more masks as we speak. So whenever I get around to that, if you have any suggestions or you'd recommend a certain mask that you'd want me to pick up and review then I would be happy to do that. As far as the actual collection itself, I don't really have it set up. I actually just moved into this new apartment, and I haven't really been able to figure out specifically where I'm going to be able to put these masks, but I have a stark idea. Aside from that, though, I want to say thanks again one more time for watching, and be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.